Mike Jones Beats.
BBN Jack Frost. I am going to cut that off. BBN Jack Frost. How's everybody doing today? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Let me adjust this over here so we can look directly at you. We getting right to the show. Real quick, what we're going to be discussing tonight is Shanquella Robinson. There has been some new updates, and it's looking extremely terrible. And there's more information that might allude to the fact that this might not have been planned. I still think that it was planned. Let's not get this confused. I don't think it was planned to absolutely take her life, but I think something was planned. I think that they planned to do something which also would have involved them quite possibly maybe robbing her or getting her to pay for things in which he probably previously already was like, I'm buying everything else. You guys got to pay for something. We don't know. We're going to have that discussion. Also, tonight, I want to have this. So, Bobby Shmurda apparently has had some words for NBA Youngboy. And just so we can be clear, NBA Youngboy had words for him first. I want to start the show off by talking about that real quick. We're going to get to the Shanquella Shanquella Robinson. But I want to just discuss this real quick, if y'all don't mind. It'll take 2 seconds, and then we're going to get to the Shanquella Robinson, and then we'll discuss this again later. But I just want y'all to understand that this is something that I do want to talk about tonight. This is wild. Okay, so basically, Bobby Shmurda says this. Before we even get to what Bobby Shmurda says, we have what's his dude name? Okay, I'll let you just see what he says. And I did not 100% disagree with him. I want to be clear on this. I do not think necessarily he's wrong with what he's saying. Let me see if I can turn the volume up. I think the volume is low on this particular audio that I have right here. I do not actually disagree with him. I'll explain the point in which I do agree with, but I don't think the delivery was good at all. Just so we can be clear, I think the delivery and what he was trying to convey was terrible, but I'm not saying that I disagree with him. So I just want to show you this real quick, and then we're going to get to the Shanquella Barkley, because that's the Shanquella Barkley situation is absolutely bananas. Check this out. I want to say something real quick. He's not wrong. I'm going to tell you something, and this is just real. When you're about making your bread and you're trying to get your money, you're not trying to have senseless arguments. You're not trying to make the block hot. Nowadays, rappers got to consider their city to be the block. Once they city get hot, they hot. So we got to try to make sure your city don't get hot. So, in what I believe he's trying to explain, I don't know what was said after he finished speaking, but I wish he had one of the interviewers would have asked follow-up questions, or at least gave a little bit more context in which he was speaking, because that might maybe allow for himself to be able to use better wording, or at least acknowledge different wording equal to what his intent was. That might be make it a little bit more clear about what he's trying to say. But then he goes on to say this. Boom. I want to say something. I want to just so we can be clear, right? I do not blame Little Tim for doing what Little Tim did because of the individuals in which they will go up against. These guys are known to be hitters and they're known to uh, shoot first, ask questions later. They're Chirac, right? So I'm not going to stand here and say he's correct on this. But the philosophy is that I'm trying to say is if this was the overall way that people were moving, Little Tim would have been able to get out the vehicle and been on this type of time. But in this particular situation, I can't blame that man for doing for feeling like he had to act quickly and he didn't have time to process and wait to see what was going on. You can't blame him for that. Like, what's going on? Also, we got to understand, and I'm going to stop the clip here because I don't want to play too much of the clip. But also, we got to understand that when you see this happening right here, what he's basically, this is how it goes down when you're dealing with people that you F with. They're not dealing with people that they F with. They're dealing with people that they do not mess with. So that's not what you would expect the outcome to be, is what my point is. So he says this, NBA YoungBoy, he decides that he's going to reply back. I'm sorry, the audio was so low. I'm sorry, this particular audio was so low for y'all. I'm sorry that the audio was so low. Give me a second. I'll try to see if I could make it a little bit easier for you guys to hear. Give me 1 second. We're not really supposed to be on this conversation. I was only meant to be here for a couple of moments, to be honest with you. But you are correct. If the audio is low, I do want y'all to be able to hear. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Right. I mean, so it's like everybody that's dying nowadays because it's no nigga to be like, nah, my fault. I'm sorry. Yo, go ahead. Right. When King Von died, the little Tim nigga, he didn't have to get out the car and start squeezing right away. Right. You already got your joint. Yo, back the fuck up. What y'all doing with? Yo, back with my bro real quick. Right.
Now, once again, like I said, I was trying to allude to, I don't think he's wrong for having this particular position on this matter. I'm just saying when you're dealing with the people that he was dealing with or the situation that they were in, I don't believe that you have the time to try to process that. That's one. Two, this isn't, you thought that this was a friendly faction, but dude just walked up on the other dude and just hit him. So, yeah. What in the hell? So I'm not going to stand here and criticize Little Tim's situation for what happened. I think that this is just a conversation that people could have forever back and forth about. In any regard, YoungBoy decided to reply. There was a ton of replies. But let's talk about what YoungBoy had to say in regards to Bobby Shmurda. So to make that a little bit easier, let me play to you what Bobby Shmurda said when he was talking to somebody.
Be jacking everybody other shit. What you doing? What you doing, homie? Tell me about your brother's shooters and your brother's this and you always with your brother that what the fuck do you do? Huh? Then you're gonna finally do something. Yeah.
Now, two things I find interesting. The first thing I find interesting is that YoungBoy thought he was talking about him. I find that extremely interesting. He wasn't talking about YoungBoy. Apparently, he's mad at Whack 100, and not for something. Whack 100 is always talking about something that somebody else had done. Not for nothing. And somehow he's super cool for being there. So it's like Whack will be like, "Yo, there's this thing that happened, explosions. It wasn't me, but I saw it. I was right there." So that's like how Whack 100 stories do kind of go. Shout out to Whack 100. Real shout out. I'm gonna be for that guy. Real shout out. But that is coincidentally how Whack 100 stories go. So he's going at Whack 100 apparently. which I didn't even know, just so we can be clear. When I heard this particular back and forth, when I heard him say this, be honest with you, I didn't even think about Youngboy. I didn't know who he was talking about, to be honest with you. So when Youngboy decided that he wanted to take credit for it, it sounded a little bit something like this. Obviously, we're not playing all of the clips or whatever. I'm trying to run through this real quick so we can get to our actual video for the day, our actual conversation. I want to apologize for everybody that's like, yo, this guy clickbaited. I didn't clickbait you. I promise you. It's going to be interesting. Super interesting. I promise you. All right, so hold on. Let's play this one.
It's crazy. I ain't even say this perm having bitch name. Nigga just wanna bring it.
See, he's talking about right now. He's talking about he's talking about what's this dude name? Damn, houses. You know, the first guy played. Put it in the chat. My brain. I'm just having a brain. It's just a brain freeze.
Top up, say, bro. Man, you niggas irrelevant, and I said what I said, bro. You niggas need a nigga like me to keep you going. I ain't doing no falling around this bitch, nigga. This flunk ass nigga want another nigga to jump out the truck and punk fake and then get shot in his face? Man, you.
Okay, so I'm not playing no more what he's talking about, just so we can be clear. I'm not here for that. But just so we can be clear, he's talking about Rowdy Rebel. Boom. So he's talking about Rowdy Rebel right there, right? So then all of a sudden, he's not talking about Rowdy Rebel no more. Then all of a sudden, okay, cool. All right, I can do this. So then all of a sudden, he's not talking about Rowdy Rebel no more. He's talking about this shit. This guy made Youngboy. He's just the funniest character.
You should go up now. Clown. I'm willing to help y'all niggas, anybody, man. But a nigga hate NBA so much, man. Boy, you lucky I can't talk out one talk, boy.
Alright, screw this. I can't find the video right now, the specific one. I just want to give you the real quick reply from the Amir Bobby Shmurda, a part of his reply, and then we're gonna get right to the show about this that we got to talk about. First, this is what he thinks about WAP.
Little nigga.
Wait, this is the WAP. This is the
Somebody tag the little nigga real quick. Tag the little nigga, because I'm not doing this internet shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tag the little nigga. Yeah, I tagged the little nigga. Somebody tag the little nigga. Oh, fuck is it? How I send a request to him? I'll send a request to him.
he wants to talk to. Yo, he wants to talk to him, man. Young boy, dumb bad. Yo, what the hell? And he wants to talk to him bad. Anyway,
At
so
NBA Young
from that into this.
How you do this shit?
He wants to talk to NBA Youngboy really bad. These dudes. Then it turned into this, apparently.
Ran up. Ah! You know, I understand. I don't do this for no Instagram. I do this because I get money. I'm independent, stupid. I make 10,000 per song a month. Residual. Who needs real estate? What the fuck you talking about? And I'm about to go into real estate. You little nigga's crazy. I wasn't even talking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, but cool. All right. I said, I mean, shit. Cool. All right.
All right, so we're going to be keeping up to date, everybody up to date on that particular situation, just so we can be clear. We're going to be keeping everybody up to date on that because obviously that's bananas that these guys caught beef because basically Rowdy Rebel was making actually a pretty good point about how people should move. But you can't expect for these guys to do that because everybody isn't moving like that. So we can't expect for individuals to put their lives in way to try to be to do everything the way that, you know, we're doing it. When we also know that at the same time, when you give that person that opportunity, that could be the last opportunity you give a person. So I I get what Roddy Rebel is saying, but there needs to be an entire switch over about everything. Let's get to Shanquella Robinson, please. Sorry about that this is so long. I gotta work on that. All right, so first thing I want to say is this, and I want to be clear about this because I'm sorry to tell you, a lot of this stuff that I'm saying is things that we said on the first day. The first day that all of this happened, a lot of this is stuff that we've already said. As soon as this happened, we talked about this on the first day. Allegedly now, just so everybody can know, the doctor is being investigated. I'm going to say this again. Allegedly now, the doctor is being investigated. Now, what was I saying from the rip? I think we were saying something over here. Anybody remember what we were saying over here? I'm curious. Anybody remember what we were saying over here? Because allegedly now, the doctor's under investigation. Anybody remember what we were saying over here? I'm just asking. For a friend. Anybody remember? If you remember, put it in the chat. I'd appreciate it. With that being said, allegedly, the doctor is under investigation. You want to know who else is under investigation? The police. Do y'all want me to tell you why they're under investigation? So apparently, when these type of things happen, the individuals are not supposed to be going back to their own country. They're supposed to be being held in the country. That's interesting. That's something else we talked about the first day. Salute to the BBN. Salute to over here, how we're constantly having the right conversations. You guys is the best. Let's go. How we constantly having the right conversations over here? Consistently. How we consistently be having the right conversations over here? Shout out to you guys. I appreciate everybody that pulls up. With that being said, the doctor's under investigation and the police is under investigation. So, real quick, I'm going to explain to you why the doctor's under investigation. Do you remember when they're saying that the doctor came and then he was working on her for like an hour? Every single person said that to the same. So, we're not the only ones that said that. Copy. But all of the platforms that I've heard speak on this thought that was weird for the most part. How the hell are you working on a person for an hour when there's no EMS call, no hospital call, no emergency services of no kind, but you're a doctor in a regular normal city where you can actually contact, there's phones, they work. You're not in the middle of freaking the desert. We're not stuck in freaking Tarzan land. This is a real place where we can get a vehicle to drive and pick people up and then take them to where they need to go. And you're trying to tell me it took you an hour for an individual who was so severely injured, just so we could be clear, so severely injured that obviously you were not even able to move her. Okay, so I'm going to explain something real quick for people that's never worked, that's never been a first responder of any kind. Let me explain something to you. When you show up to a scene and a person is unresponsive, you are to immediately contact emergency services. So if you show up and an individual is unresponsive, okay, so you know that light that the doctor shines in your eye to see if your pupils is dilating? That's what they do after they've been called because you're unresponsive. Okay, so a doctor pulled up, She was unresponsive. He didn't call nobody for an hour. That's insanity. Apparently, 15 minutes after getting there, she was pronounced dead. So then why did it take an hour? What was going on? So for everybody that's like, why would the doctor not turn them in? I would assume that they would be trying to not hurt their tourism business. I would think that that would be harmful to their tourism business. Somebody sent me a dope ass video that I was watching today. You know I don't do YouTube. Homegirl says that there is a reporter apparently, and he did an interview. He's in Mexico. He did an interview with a YouTube content creator or something or someone, and in this interview, he's explaining. Now he's doing he's over there, feet on the ground. I don't got the name. When I found the video, I don't know what device I was watching. Hold on. Because I'm not gonna play the video, but I would like to tell y'all where I saw it. Yep, I don't know where I saw it. Don't give me 1 second. So give me 1 second. I would like to tell y'all what page I saw it on, so it gives you the opportunity to go see it yourself. Chronicle Speaks. Shout out to Chronicle Speaks. The name of the video is police have second video proving who is responsible for Shanquella's demise. I got a ton of more to say, so give me 1 more second. I got a ton more to say actually leading to the warrant. The person that the warrant is out for. The misunderstanding that was had in all of the media regarding who the person the warrant is that they have is out for right now. There was a big misunderstanding. We have to discuss that also. Why people thought it was a transvestite or LGBT. I don't. The part of me, I'm in no way trying to offend anybody, but you understand. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Let's get to it. So apparently, what they're saying is that the police was paid off. Just so we could be clear. And this is something I want you to be clear on. When did their flight get in? Do you understand? Did their flight get in the middle of the day? They attacked her. She was attacked. And then they went out. And then they called the police the next day. When did their flight get in? Because I'm going to explain something. When that doctor got there and she was all messed up, let's say she had already been gone, just for argument's sake. Right? Let's just say she was already gone when the doctor got there. You know, they could tell if somebody died 3 hours ago. They could tell if somebody died 4 hours ago. They could tell if somebody died 5 hours ago. They could tell. It's called lividity. I might have the word wrong. Oh, shit. I think I'm saying the word wrong. You understand? Because I got the Bronx accent and everything. So I think I'm saying the word wrong. Ah, there we go. Okay, so you see, there we go. See, I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so there's lividity, right? So basically, that's when let me change the screen real quick for y'all. So that's basically when they can tell how long somebody's been passed away. So what might have happened is, just so we could be clear, she might have been gone. And when they called the doctor and them realized, oh man, she's gone. There's nothing we could do. And she been gone. So what are they gonna do when they call the hospital? What are they gonna do? What are they doing? What are they gonna do when these people come pick this body up? And this body been dead for how long? Because remember, she was probably laying in the bed with all of her blood pooled down to the back of her bottom of herself. Lividity. Look, lividity is the purplish bluish discoloration of skin after death. It is the sign of livor mortis, and occurs when blood pools at the lowest point of the body due to gravity and loss of blood circulation. So they killed her later in the bed. Oh shit, sorry about that, DMW. That was an accident. Sorry about that, Darkwing. That was a whole accident. I just hit the wrong name. Yo, so look. I'm happy I'm doing it like this, because usually when I'm just explaining this shit, people be like, Jack don't know what he's talking about. I be knowing what the fuck I'm talking about, yo. I don't know what to tell you. Look. Look. Why do you think they put the pajamas on? Shout out to Rhonda from upstate New York. Rhonda from upstate New York said there's reports that they put on her pajamas before the medics came. All of that movement probably further damaged her neck and back injuries. That's most likely why they made sure they put the pajamas on her also. The discoloration of the skin. All of her blood. Remember, allegedly, if they went out and was spending if they went out and they were spending her credit card and spending her money and charging shit, because what I believe they might have been doing is, you know how sometimes you could go and charge something and then you could go and you could be like, give me cash back or whatever. They might have been doing that shit. What the hell do we know? Also, they said that there was $17,000 that was stolen from her, up somewhere around that amount. Well, yeah, but we don't know what the crimes is in Mexico. Watch when I explain to you how much time these people are gonna get. Not might get, gonna get. They're going to jail. I'm gonna explain that. Give me a minute. Watch that. Boom. When I explain to you, they're going to jail. Period. There is no not going to jail for them. There is no not going to jail. When I explain to you why they're going to jail, you're gonna be like, oh man, why would you go to Mexico and commit a crime? This don't even make sense. You was better off committing that crime in America. You was better off committing that crime in America with 100 witnesses. Watch when I explain. But hold on. Before we get there, appreciate you, Rhonda. Yeah, messing with a dead body. I don't know if it's a crime yet. But check this out. Listen to this. Pay attention. So apparently, basically, what apparently happened was the body, like you said, they put the pajamas on it. That's why they probably put the pajamas on the body, because of the whole situation with the discoloration. That might be why they put the pajamas on the body. Anybody can think why this is important? Can anybody think why this is important? Can even one person think why this is important before I just blow it up and explodes? Why this is important? If they went and put the pajamas on the body to hide discoloration, anybody can think why this is important? All right, I'll tell you. That implicates all of them in the crime. That implicates every single person that was there. That implicates everyone that was there, every single person. You get it? Because anybody that saw them do it and didn't say anything is also implicated. Now, let's get to another thing real quick. Remember we were talking about they're gonna not have a jury. It's gonna be a no jury trial. Remember that? Remember that? We spoke about it earlier. I'm just gonna give you a real quick update. There are no jury trials except for the case of treason. So in Mexico, there's no jury trials. I'm going to explain to you how their trial goes. So the government or whoever, the prosecutors or whoever, they just say what you're accused of. And then you say whether you're guilty or not. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. I'm going to say this again. The government, the people that want to put you away, yeah, they don't go and debate. There's no talking about nothing. They just say what they're accusing you of. Period. And then what you could do is say, I did it, and give your explanation, which probably needs to be complete if you want to have, them taking it easy on you when they give you those years, or you have to say you didn't do it and you have to give an explanation. Also, remember, the government is coming with proof. Now, with that being said, that's why I believe the only person that they actually called so far that they put the warrant out for is the girl that's on the video. What did I tell you that they're going to do? Or what did we talk about that they're going to do? They're going to bring that woman down there, and what they're going to do is they're going to get her to implicate everybody. Because guess what minimum is? Okay, so break this down real quick. So they have a femicide problem in Mexico, for everybody that don't know. So in Mexico, they have a femicide problem. And basically that's when they attack and kill. Look, they even already said, look, I put femicide in. Shanquella Robinson, death warrant issue. Death warrant issue for femicide. So more than 100 women murdered in Italy so far this year. Look, when I put up femicide, so you can understand what's going on. Estimated 45,000 women and girls killed by family members in 20. Wow, it's just absolutely bananas. Yeah, no, we're gonna move on. I just need to explain this because I'm about to explaining the charges. So it's a good thing that we did talk about this earlier. That's a fact. So they have a femicide problem in Mexico, right? So the thing about that is they have certain laws specifically for this in Mexico. So like here in America, if somebody goes and they murder a woman, it's murder. But in Mexico, they have such a problem with this that if you murder a woman violently, it's not just murder, they have femicide, right? And why is this important? And why am I explaining this one more time? Because the minimum for femicide is 20 years. The minimum. So that means that when she goes in front of that court, when she says, I'm guilty, the minimum that the judge is allowed to give her is 20 years. She's on camera, on video, doing the attack. I'm going to say this again. She's on video doing the attack. There is no question. This is not something that can be questioned. There is no question here. So the minimum that the government could give her, the lowest amount of time she can get for this, because they're saying it's a femicide, is 20 years. That doesn't mean she's getting 20. You understand? They can still just give her 50. 50's the max. $50's the max. They could just give her 50. But the least amount of years that she is going to get is 20. In a Mexican prison. There's a good chance she doesn't speak Spanish. Now, I also want to add this real quick. So, remember how we was getting intel, or it came out initially, that the individual that did this, that actually caused most of the harm that they're saying was a transgender, was somebody who transgender. That's why I said the other thing previously. That's why I apologize. Transgender. Apparently, the person wasn't a transgender. It was this girl, right? And the thing is, they don't have like wigs and stuff down there in Mexico like that. So when she, like, they kept seeing her take a wig off. So, they got to have the cap and everything on. When you put on the wig, you got to have the cap on your regular hair. So people thought she was a dude. And because she was kind of, brolic. I'm going to add something to that. How was she carrying herself? We live in this weird world where people think, I just don't agree with a lot of people say that. So people got a right to do and say those things, though. I just don't agree with them. With that being said, So what did we talk about the other day? I said, Joe, you know what I think they're gonna do? Right? Hold on. Tell me if this is wrong. Tell me if we spoke about this the other day. Tell me if this is wrong though. Didn't we say something along the lines of they're gonna get that one person down there? And then after they get that one person down there, what they're gonna do then is they're gonna get that person to rat everybody else out. My dude, the max is 50. You think she wanna just do 50? Or do you think she's gonna start ratting all of them other people out so she could get that down? What do you think is gonna happen? You think she's gonna do the 50, or you think she's gonna start ratting people out so she can get those numbers down closer to 20? What do you think is gonna happen? Remember, they did something that's so terrible, so bad, that the rest of the world is really pissed. And in addition to this, the World Cup is going on right now. Copy? Remember, a lot of people go to these resorts, and the whole thing is you're safe while you're on the resort. That's crazy. Look what they doing. It's bananas. I wonder if this was one of the two chicks. This is her moms. I feel bad for their family. I feel bad for... Yo, we gotta do better, y'all. Like, on some real shit. I just wanna just keep it a stack, right? On some super real shit. Like, we gotta do better. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, alright, so just on just some regular everyday yo, there's nothing wrong with being a simp for your woman, man. Like, as a man, you should be searching for a woman that you could be a simp for. Like, so our whole, I don't know how to explain, the way in which we just deal with each other on like whatever level, it needs to be reevaluated. Like, we need to really reevaluate the way we treat one another, the way we see one another, and the way we see ourselves. Because, like, you should be looking for a woman to be a simp for if you're a man. And if you are a woman, because of the type of world that we live in, and because of the world is built the way that the world is built, you should be looking for a man that's gonna that you can be submissive to. And this is just the way in which I think, because a man is gonna be his most productive when he has a submissive wife. And the way this world is structured is messed up. There's women out here that are way more capable than men that get overlooked. I don't think they should be overlooked. But are they more capable than men, or are they more capable than the men that they are around? Are they around men that aren't up to the quality of their caliber? So therefore, that's why they're so capable? Were they meant to be around rooms or in rooms with different type of men that are more capable, so they can even raise their own vibration? So I think this is the way that we look at things. We got to just reevaluate. You know, I think people are too happy to be able to say that they don't lack something too often, and don't understand the power in being able to say, I can have a thing, but I choose not to unless it's the thing that I want. Like, there's a power in that. Let's get back to the actual conversation. My apologies, y'all. Just my apologies. With that being said, beautiful woman, a whole boss, like, and I'm gonna tell you something. So if you got friends around there, and I'm gonna say something. So You know how you have those people that's like, yo, we got to keep them grounded. We got to make sure that we keep them grounded. So they got to like do shit to make sure your head don't get too big. Nah, that's not how that works. So you should want, especially the person who is the head of whatever the ship it is that everybody's on, you should want that person to have a high level of confidence. You should not ever be trying to bring that person down to earth. You're supposed to be trying to raise your vibration and go with that individual so everybody can be more powerful. So if you are a person that you're at the head of that boat and you're pushing that boat and everybody is on that boat with you and you got people that's trying to slow that boat up so they can keep up, because that's why they're slowing it up, they have to go. It's not because you don't care for them. It's not because you don't want them, but it's because they don't want to keep up. And they rather slow everybody else's progress down instead of trying to raise their own vibration. So I say that to say this. Her and her friends all got PPP loans. They, whatever the hell they was doing, that shit fell through. It did not work. Hers was the only one that worked. That's called survivor's guilt. And that's probably why she was paying for everything. Survivor's guilt. They all did something. She was the only one that was actually capable. They have the video of her talking to her best friend and him saying something along the lines of, oh, laughing and joking, yeah, you're going to cut me a check or something like that. What the hell do you mean? I have a business and you're a friend and you can't find something around here to do to generate some money? It's my business. You're my friend. You can't find something to do along the lines of what we're already doing to generate money? You're my friend. I'm going to let you use whatever materials or say so or whatever. All you got to do is not be lazy. But you want me to cut you a check. You don't want to go get your own money. We got to reevaluate our relationship with people. So basically what I do believe is going to happen is, or what they're leaning towards right now is they're going to have the main female that we saw in that video that people was like, yo, we're hearing that it was, no, the Mexican people that was there thought that woman was a dude. I don't know what to tell you. So that might also be the way that they feel. Wow, I got something else to say in 2 seconds and a minute. And that might also be why they feel away, because if they're saying that person beat that woman to death, and mainly there was only one person hitting that individual, if that is what it was, that might be another reason why they believe that was a man. Now, also, I want to add something. You know, in Mexico, it's a crime to film people beating people up. I told you, the Mexican government is coming after all of them. We already discussed this. I'm sorry that we be so far ahead of everything that when shit come out, it sounds like I'm repeating myself. Because usually I literally am repeating myself. I want to apologize. Y'all think I should just slow up, or y'all think I should just keep doing it the way we do it? Because I am literally repeating myself a lot of the times, because this is shit we've said most of this stuff on the first day. They just now are reporting it. That's not my fault. I didn't do that. I didn't create that situation. Like I'm suffering because I'm good at my job. It's crazy. So don't. Hold on. Let's get back over here for a minute. Back over here for a minute. I agree with you, Nick, New York Nikki, but money isn't the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Everybody gets that wrong. It's the love of money. You're supposed to be able to find people that you could discuss business and money with. That's how you get rich. You find people that you could discuss business and money with. Y'all discuss business and money and y'all go get rich. That's how that's done. There's a reason why certain people can't get out the hood. You either can't find nobody to discuss business and money with, or you're one of those people that nobody shouldn't be discussing business or money with you. So you get out the hood. We discuss business and money. We make a plan. We get it together. We go make it work. That's how you get out the hood. I'm never telling nobody nothing that's wrong, man. I promise you I'm not. The people that's telling you I am, they lie to you, man. The devil's a liar. They just rather you stay in the hood as long as I don't benefit. Anyway, so I want to be clear about this. Filming that is a crime in Mexico. Hold on, filming. Hold on. I know what I'm trying to ask, but I think I have to ask the question like 3 times to be able to ask them the question I want to ask. Can't think of how to ask the question to you to Google. Sheesh. Here we go. What are your legal rights to legally film someone in a place? You're not allowed to film if you're recording an illegal activity. Okay, so this is the first thing I want to be clear about what I'm trying to express. What I believe the government is trying to find is complicity with the other individuals that were there. You understand? I believe the government is trying to find complicity. The government is trying to find where the other individuals that were there were complicit with what was going on. They're trying to find how they were either okay with what was happening They were encouraging what was happening. They knew what was going to happen, and it doesn't have to be the actual event that took the woman's life. It could just be the attack in itself. So if they can prove any type of complicity, then that means that they were filming a crime that they knew was happening at the time was a crime. If that doesn't make sense, please let me know, because I think it makes sense. All right, so what are your rights to legally film someone in a place you're not allowed? That's not what the question. What we want to know. Recording. You have to know. Everybody gets that. Also, by the way. All right, so it seemed like it was going to answer our question and it didn't. And your question is self-contradictory. If you're illegally filming, then you are illegally filming. All right, so yeah, that's not what we're trying to say. Hold on, boom. The most important thing to remove travel in Mexico, so which film source that they stuck in. Younger filmers, okay, boom. So this is May 2016. Let's see what happened. They're saying over there, because we don't know when the crime was enacted. Also, where is this at? Just so we can be clear. We don't know what country this is in. What country is this in? What the fuck? Okay, so I'm gonna get caught up in the learning about whatever this is. So I gotta get off this, because this is the type of stuff that make me lose time. Wait, where was this at? I'm not sure if Mexico takes the same approach. I don't know if Mexico takes the same approach. Like I said, I don't know what the heck this is. Hurdle pool. What the heck is hurdle pool? Is that a place? I just saw it said hurdle pool. I'm assuming that's a place, right? Hurdle pool. What the heck is that? Right. Oh, this is in a whole nother country. That's in England. So this is in England. So no, that's not in Mexico. But that is it's adopted in another country, apparently. I wrote Mexico. Like, what the heck is not? Did I wrote Mexico up there? I wrote Mexico. Is it a crime to film a crime? Whether it's capturing footage of a drug user using, a drug dealer dealing, or thief thieving, or the police policing, there are several important considerations. All right, so boom, let's look at this one real quick. I know it seems like I'm all the way off the deep end and we're looking at something else, but this is important because remember, there's other people that was in the room filming, and what I believe is going to happen is this, just so we can be clear. They're going to use that one woman to go and get all of the other individuals. They're going to use that one woman to then go get all those other individuals caught up, because she has to say what happened. There is no trial. There is no jury trial. There's not going to be somebody defending her in front of people who are then going to determine whether they think she's guilty or not. There's going to be a government official that's going to stand in front of another government official and say what she's being charged with, show the evidence, and then it's up to her to either say, I did the thing and I'm sorry, or to say, it's not me. They got it on film. I don't know how to, it's not me, it's going to work. Don't encourage or participate in crime. In the video, we can hear the person saying that you wouldn't fight back. That's encouraging. That's enough. It's literally enough. The person who is filming is also going to be going to jail. That's enough. And there's two videos apparently. So there's two people that were filming. They're both going to jail. So that's 3 people right there. That's 3 people. Yeah, money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. And the reason why I'm just correcting you and I'm not trying to be disrespectful is because that's actually an incredibly huge difference. Those things mean so many. They mean a big difference. That's what I'm trying to say. It's an incredibly big difference. Let's do a poll real quick. Sheesh. Do you think? Don't call these guys a gang. Don't call these guys a gang. It should be a record TV. Yes, 50-50. We'll give you So, do you think that the government is going to get her to snitch on the rest of the gang? Just curious. I want to know what you guys think. Anyway, we're going to be right back. I want to go to a commercial break real quick. We'll be right back. It's over.
Shout out to my boy Foggy Lens, aka Foggy Lungs, for directing videos. Make sure y'all check him out. Foggy Lens, aka Foggy Lungs. My kind of guy. D-Block, yeah.
Sorry about that. Welcome back, all of the things. So, real quick, just so we can be clear, I know it'd be so loud, and that is not necessarily necessary. Keep it down some. Just so we can be clear, in this particular situation, we get back to the Shanquella Robertson conversation, and just so we can be clear, in this particular situation, these guys that everybody that was filming, that's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. In Mexico, you're going to be held accountable. So just so we can be clear, that means that whoever uploaded that information, they're going to probably find out where whose devices uploaded the information. Upon finding out whose social media uploaded that information, uploaded those videos, I'm going to assume that immediately creates a situation where the government could come after you. But what I think is happening, they're going to have her pull up and they're going to interview her. They're going to talk to her. They're going to find out what everybody else was doing. Because once again, she's caught red-handed. A minimum of 20 years, a maximum of 50. I just want you to understand this. She's on video. She's caught red-handed. There is no her being able to say she didn't do it. This is not a jury trial. There's going to be a judge. He's going to be sitting up there. There's going to be a magistrate of some kind. They're going to be saying, you did a thing. And then there's going to be you. They're going to look at you and they're going to say, what happened? That's what's going to happen. Okay? They don't do the whole jury trial over there in Mexico. So, let's say she decides to bullshit. She might not get 20. She might get 50. Let's say she go and she decides to point fingers at everybody else that was involved. She might get 20. Let's say she go in there, she point fingers at 2 people. She might get 30, 35. Let's say she go in there, she point fingers at everybody except for 1 person. She might get 25. You understand? The max is 50. The minimum is 20. She's getting 20. If I was her, I'd make sure that I stay away from all those other people involved in this. Every other person that they talk about might have something to do with this. Every other person that might think that there's a chance that I might snitch on them, I'm not going nowhere near them. We got to all run in different directions. The hell? They got to run in different directions, yo. What are you talking about? You don't think the smartest thing they could do is get rid of her? Tell me where the lie at. The smartest thing they could do is get rid of her. Oh, something else that I wanted to mention to y'all before we get too far into everything. There's something else I wanted to mention. Give me a second. I'm thinking about it. Something else I wanted to mention. I thought it was important. Something else I wanted to mention. I was like, yo, this shit is important. So I mentioned the doctor under investigation. For everybody that don't know, the doctor's currently under investigation. The police that allow for these people to go home, they're currently also under investigation. For everybody that don't know. That's actually one of the things that we spoke about initially when we discussed this topic initially. That's one of the things that I said I would look for to happen for these guys to be under investigation. I think most of us in here also agree. The doctor's under investigation for obvious. How is you didn't call? Like I said before, they said that the doctor was there for an hour, but also they're saying that in reality she was pronounced dead 15 minutes after the doctor got there. So one more thing that I want to say, just so we could be clear, If she was pronounced dead 15 minutes before the doctor got 15 minutes after the doctor got there, that means that she was dead before the doctor got there, right? That there's a really high chance that she was gone when the doctor got there. Am I correct, or that don't make any sense? I'm asking. The doctor got there within 15 minutes. The doctor ascertained that this person wasn't with us no more. Right? Wouldn't that lend to the idea that that person quite possibly wasn't there before the doctor got there? Then the doctor lied, apparently, and said that they were working on them for an hour? How are you working on somebody with a whole broken neck for an hour? What are you talking about, homie? So the doctor's under investigation, and the police is under investigation because obviously, after you look at the autopsy, you can tell that this person died because of trauma. So what in the hell is the police allowing for these people to get their passports and go home? So the police are also currently under investigation. Just so we could be clear, we spoke about that on the first day. We spoke about that on the first day. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. We spoke about this on the first day, correct? Sounds to me like we was ahead of the game. All right, so I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I don't do the Tonight Show because the only thing that actually come out new be the shit that we already just said. I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you. So sometimes we don't do the Tonight Show because the only thing I'm gonna be doing is repeating because I'm literally just the information that's coming out is already shit that we've spoken about over here. I don't know how many other platforms have that problem. I haven't seen anybody else have that problem yet. So there's not nobody I can actually talk to about it. I don't got no one to talk to about it. I don't know nobody that has that problem. But yes, yeah, we're consistently ahead of the new schedule. I gotta pick up more topics. That's the only thing I could think of. I gotta pick up more topics for us to discuss. So we're gonna start discussing more topics, just so we can be clear. Darkwing says hard and dangerous time in a Mexican prison. As far as I can tell, the individual might not even know how to speak Spanish, homie. The individual might not even know how to speak Spanish. Just let that marinate for a minute. Okay? Remember, what they're expecting, just so we clear, they're expecting for this individual to be arrested. Like, there's no not expectation of this. The expectation is that this individual is going to be arrested. The expectation is that the red card or whatever the hell the damn thing is going to go through. That's the expectation. I just want to be clear about this. It's 100% expectation that this individual is going to get arrested. They're just going through the steps at this point. The question was, do you think that the Mexican government is going to get her to snitch on the rest of the gang? 13 people voted. 38% said yes. 46% said no. 15% said 50-50. I meant to put the jump off down there to invite y'all up here. I wish somebody would have reminded me that it wasn't in the I want to put this down here. Let's start pinning that. But I'll pin that up here. I got nothing else pin. Yeah, I've been meaning. I wish somebody would have said something. All right, let's see. They'll learn quickly or they'll have more problems. They better practice now. Not joking. They better do all of the practicing. That's a fact. They need to, I don't know. Turn on, they better watch all the novellas. First of all, the novellas be lit. I'm going to tell you, okay, so the novellas be lit. You could watch the novellas and not know no Spanish and enjoy them shits. The novellas is lit. I just want to let y'all know. Y'all make incredible television. I just gonna let y'all know those novellas is lit. Okay, I'm very fortunate that I date lots of different types of women that speak other languages often. Novellas is great. I don't know what to tell you. Novellas is great. Novellas is great. I don't know what to tell you. Novellas is always a win. With that being said, they got to learn how to speak some Spanish immediately. What are you talking about? If they don't learn how to speak some Spanish, they got to have all the issues. And what the hell you think is going to go on with them if they don't learn how to speak Spanish? They got to have all the problems. They got to have all the issues. As they should, not for nothing. And also, this is a bigger issue. So they go into jail for being friends that killed their friend. So how they gonna click up with other? So loyalty is important in jail, right? In jail, loyalty is important, right? So they're going to jail for being disloyal friends, right? How you think that's gonna work out for them? They're gonna be in a Mexican jail and as people who cannot be trusted. How do you think that's gonna work out? Put it in the chat. I'm curious. How the hell you think that's gonna work out? They're gonna be in a Mexican jail, homie. And you can't trust them. That's not even up for debate. That's not up for debate. You can't trust them. They don't speak the language. You can't trust them. They killed their friend that paid for everything. I'm going to say something real quick. Y'all, for you people that don't know Mexican people, don't have no Mexican friends, never hung out with no Mexican people, you don't understand them, you don't know them. I'm going to explain something to you real quick. This is all you need to understand. And this is something that we can all know. This is something we all know. These dudes come all the way to America, work, and send large sums of money back to their country. How do you think they feel about somebody that's killing their own friend? A Mexican get a job, he putting every single Mexican he know on. He don't even need to know that nigga. Tell me where I'm wrong. So how do you think this is gonna go in that prison? So y'all killed the woman that brought y'all all the way to Mexico and paid for everything. Y'all killed her. You want to join who gang? No habla. Oh man. Oh man. What in the hell? Nobody else thinks that's bananas? That's bananas. Like nobody else thinks that's bananas. Like, what the heck? Nobody else thinks that's bananas. That shit is bananas. I don't know what to say. He works well with Brown. That's extremely ungrateful. That's actually ungrateful. People be calling other shit ungrateful, but that's actually ungrateful. Actually ungrateful. Remember, sometimes people try to say a person is grateful or not grateful depending on what they consider somebody being grateful for. You don't always know what another person's experiences are, so you don't never really know how another person experiences, or sometimes the way that a person may exhibit gratefulness might not be the way in which you're used to it being experienced. You don't know what a person's experiences are. But what they did, there is no question that they are ungrateful. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna stay on topic. So you don't really even know. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes whether somebody is actually ungrateful, you don't know. You don't know the way. You don't really know the why anybody does anything. You will have to be able to get into somebody's head. But what we can do is we can see whether somebody exhibits something that we personally acknowledge as an act of gratefulness. You understand what I'm saying? So as far as they are concerned, we know without a shadow of a doubt, they were not grateful. That's not, and they were definitely ungrateful. I just want to be clear on that, because a lot of times people use a word, and I don't think people use words appropriately. I think, like, I've heard people say, yo, that person's ungrateful because they did this or they did that. But I've seen people who they grew up in situations where they weren't even allowed to celebrate themselves. So you got to understand, often when a person don't know how to celebrate themselves, sometimes they can't come off as ungrateful. Understand? Some people were raised by narcissists, so they don't know how to celebrate themselves. So we'll see them do something and we'll misinterpret it, because that behavior is usually associated with something else, but we don't know what people think. So I don't always like to use the word ungrateful unless it's overboard acknowledgement of somebody being ungrateful, like in this particular situation. We have 16 votes so far. It says, do you think the Mexican government is going to get her to snitch on the rest of the gang? 44% said yes, 44% said no, and that was incredible. And apparently 12% said 50-50. So I'm guessing that got to be 1-1 and 8, right? 1-1-4-4, right? 4-4. Yeah, because it's 44. So there's 4-4, 4-4, and then that's 1-1. So yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, I'm like, what in the hell? Shout out to you guys, just trying to make it so interesting. No, I don't believe they're all gonna cry when they get those years. Like I said, the for femicide off the rip is the minimum is 20. Off the rip, you understand? The minimum is 20. So I'm expecting a homegirl to attempt to bargain. I don't think that she wants to do 20 years, even though she deserves to do all of the years. So it starts at 20. So she's already getting 20. So who is it to say that they might be like, you know what, we're gonna start you at 50. Now you're gonna help us out with some of these things that we want to know. And depending on what you tell us is depending on where we might go with these numbers. I think that's what's liable that's gonna happen. So yes, I 100% think she's gonna be snitching like hell on whoever. That's what I think. I don't think she's gonna have any choice. I want to be clear about this. I don't think she's gonna have any choice. I think it's basically get all of the 50 years. We're gonna get your friends anyway. We're gonna get your friends anyway. But we're gonna give you all of these 50 years. That's what I think is gonna happen. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong though, but it's about to be a wrap. She about to get all of those 50 years, man. So you don't think she's gonna snitch? So hold on. So basically you're saying 19 people voted and 42% don't think she's gonna snitch? Like, is that, you do understand that's what no means, right? Do you think the Mexican government is gonna get her to snitch on the rest of the game? So you think she's not gonna snitch? So you think she's just gonna eat the 50 years? I don't know. I don't think she's gonna eat those 50 years. That's just me talking. I could be wrong though. Maybe she like, you know what? I always wanted prison. Probably be like, hey, I always wanted prison. What the hell do I know? I don't think that's gonna happen. To be perfectly honest with you. What do I know, man? As far as I can tell, usually, I don't know. All right, so 2 days, 5 hours. Here what we know so far about let's see what the time say real quick. What are you doing over here? Yeah. Appreciate you. All right, I wonder if they're gonna let us read it, and they're gonna be like, "You gotta subscribe," and then I'm gonna be like, "I bet you're gonna want me to pay money, you red bastards." Anyway, it says, Mexican prosecutors have filed charges against what in the hell? Mexican prosecutors have served charges. See, they saying I gotta read that thing. You see that goes over there. Mexican prosecutors have filed charges against a suspect in the death of Shanquella Robinson, the 25-year-old American woman who died October 29th while on vacation with 6 of her friends in Cabo, San Lucas, Mexico. One thing I want to notice is that they just said American woman. Salute to that, because you know how they like to always say this race or whatever. They just said American. I'm here for that. Shout out to that. So this is somebody talking. Spotlight with. Can we get that off the screen? Nobody cares about that. I promise nobody cares about that. We're gonna refresh the page and see if they actually started off speaking on her. If y'all don't mind, please. Okay. We're doing a whole bunch of other things going on over here. All right, let's get to the actual story real quick, and we're gonna see if that loads up for us. So, nope, still the other situation. So, all right, so let's get to this real quick. Mexican prosecutors filed charges. 25-year-old American woman. Mexican authorities have not publicly named the American woman they're seeking to extradite, but it is confirmed it is one of her friends. The FBI is also involved in the ongoing investigation. I feel so good. So the FBI is involved in this. The Mexican federal government, whatever they call these, the federales, I don't know what they call these guys. They're involved in this. The Interpol did a thing apparently, or something was issued through Interpol. I don't think they're playing with these people. I feel so good. That's a good feeling. That's what we've been waiting for somebody to finally be held accountable and arrested. Alejandra Robinson's mother told ABC News when she found out that the arrest warrant had been issued. I just can't wait to see justice be served. A viral video of a woman who appears to be Robinson being beaten helped Robinson's case garner national attention. Robinson's friend initially told Alejandra that she had died of alcohol poisoning. ABC News reported, but an autopsy lists Robinson's death, cause of death, a serious spinal cord injury and dislocated neck. Authorities found Robinson dead in the living room of her vacation rental on October 29th, according to autopsy report. But initial police reports everybody's reports is different. But I told y'all this already. I told y'all this the day it happened. Shout out to this shit. A guest allegedly alerted medical staff at the resort where Robinson was staying that the victim had drunk a lot of alcohol around 2 p.m. that day, according to local police report obtained. Okay, so when did their plane get in? Once again, did their plane get in the previous evening? Because did they beat her and leave her laid up in the bed, effed up all night, and then she died the next day? Or did she die the night before? A doctor advised that Robinson be transferred to the hospital due to dehydration. But none of her friends wanted to do that. Why? Because she was already dead. The doctor probably knew she was dead, but didn't want to tell the, I don't know. But I'm saying because he probably already knew. Anyway, the official autopsy report, however, said that the medical officials came to see her before 3 p.m., after which she was rapidly declared dead from sustaining an injury to her spinal cord and neck. Mexican prosecutors have labeled her death as a direct attack, not an accident. Just so we can be clear, remember, they already charged this woman and they do not have jury trials down there. So they're bringing whatever evidence they have and their homegirl gets to say her part of the story. That's how this works. And then they came back to America and they all went over to that house and told a different story to her parents. So they tried to also cover it up. So that's going to be a crime in America, just so we can be clear. Robinson's parents, imagine if America, I want to say something real quick. Imagine if the American government is waiting to see exactly which ones the Mexican government is going to go after. And if the Mexican government don't go after everybody, the American government is going to go after the others. Imagine. Because remember, they committed a crime against an American. The American government can prosecute them, period. When somebody came in here the other day and was like, they can't prosecute them because it didn't happen in North Carolina. No, they could prosecute them still. For everybody that don't know. Yes. Let's get out of here. What the hell is this? This is just some kind of people answering questions and shit. Let's get to some actual. What the fuck is that? Part of my language. What the heck? But yes, they can. If you commit a crime against a U.S. citizen, period, the government can come after you. The U.S. Constitution has jurisdiction over crimes committed in locations outside the country. Under specific circumstances, U.S. courts can prosecute certain criminal acts, even if the accused are not American citizens. Federal statutes have extraterritorial applications. Can y'all see the screen? No, you can't. Okay. Cool. The U.S. Constitution has jurisdiction over crimes committed in locations outside the country. Under specific circumstances, U.S. courts can prosecute certain criminal acts, even if the accused are not American citizens. Several federal statutes have extraterritorial applications and can affect foreign citizens in overseas locations. If the U.S. Constitution specifically states that a law applies to actions outside the U.S. territory, defendants can be prosecuted. Here's some of the situations that U.S. jurisdictions cover. Citizens' misconduct, crimes committed against a U.S. citizen. That's what this would be. U.S. law has jurisdiction over any person committed a crime against a U.S. citizen, regardless of their nationality. For instance, a Canadian company incorporated across the border, defunding American citizens and shareholders with falsified financial statements can be prosecuted by U.S. law. Damn. So basically, yes. Any crimes committed against a U.S. citizen could be prosecuted in America by U.S. government law. And also, this person that said, "Can you fight back?" Mexico's waiting for you, homie. Mexico's waiting for you, just so you know. The FBI Charlotte field office has opened an investigation in the death of the Charlotte resident Shanquella Robinson in Cabo, San Lucas, Mexico, on or about October 29th, 2022. Due to the ongoing investigation, we have no further comment. So the FBI in Charlotte, the Charlotte FBI field office has opened up their investigation also. Look, all I can say is this. I've been consistently telling y'all. I know people hate when I say this shit, but look, I know what the fuck I know what I'm talking about, man. Consistently. Mama, this is a thing there. Femicide is a thing. Pardon me. Wish I could subscribe to your times. You deserve it. No, I don't believe they speak Spanish. I wouldn't think they do. I mean, they might. What the heck do I know? I do want to say this real quick. What time we got? All right, I'm gonna put the if anybody want to come up here, I'm gonna put this in the chat. Give y'all opportunity if anybody would like to come up here and chop it up. talk. I don't even like using that phrase anymore. If anybody would like to come up here and speak your piece. But basically, there's an investigation that's been opened into. There's an investigation that's been opened into the doctor. To close it out, there's been an investigation that's been opened into the doctor that initially came there. There's been an investigation opened into the police that allowed for these people to go home. So I'm expecting that the Mexican government is taking it seriously. Also, remember, since they have opened up these investigations against this doctor and against this police, they all want to be able to. They don't want to hurt tourism in Mexico. Copy? So any way that they could blame all of this on those friends, that's what's gonna happen. So they're gonna let that doctor get a way out if he's gonna figure out a way to be able to blame those friends. They're gonna let that villa, whatever that place is, they're gonna let them have their way out. You understand? Because they want to protect tourism. That's why I'm trying to tell you. 20 to 50 years. You don't think that girl gonna talk? I wouldn't be surprised if they make sure that they put her in a jail somewhere and, you know, turn a blind eye to what happened to her until she decides to say what they need her to say to get everybody caught up. I wouldn't be surprised. You talking about Mexican prison. I don't know. I'm not going to say all the stuff we see in movies is real, but I'm not trying to say all the stuff that we see in movies is real, but some of that stuff got to be hidden. Got to be hidden. I don't know what to explain. I don't know what to tell you. Some of that stuff got to be on point. I've heard a lot of terrible things about Mexican prisons. I would assume somebody by now would have told me it's all a lie. I think all those people are getting what they deserve if they go to prison. We can't do what they did. You can't do. Can't do that. You can't do that to your friend. That's why I don't trust people that be in hate groups. I assume if you're in a hate group, 9 times out of 10, you're somebody that you're a fake friend. You know what I'm saying? So I don't trust people that be in hate groups. That's where all the fake friend niggas hang out, in the hate groups. We're gonna end that poll. It says, do you think the Mexican government is gonna get her to snitch on the rest of the gang? 43% said yes, 43% said no. And I guess it was all the way straight down. I guess I don't know what to tell you. So shout out to the people that apparently they did that on purpose, I'm gonna assume. So y'all had fun. I don't really care. Shout out to that. I think there are a lot of trustworthy people out there. I just think that the culture in which we currently live in has been predicated on negativity for so long that you can't be accepted if you're not also liable to either do or forgive evil. I think that it's important. So I think that often when you got an individual that refuses to conform, I think that that's where the issue probably pops up. So who are you saying can't trust the shadow? Because the point in which I'm trying to make is there's more people. You're saying you can't trust anybody, but there's so many people that's a part of the people that you can't. You're saying that the people that can't trust nobody, but they're the people that can't be trusted. Like, I'm saying that there's so many people out there that's like that. So I'm saying it's hard for people who are trustworthy. First of all, anyway, so Valiant Perk says, I don't know if this is the real rose gold. Let me see your face. That's not the real rose gold. I don't need to see your face. I'm kicking you. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody have a beautiful night. We're gonna talk about something different in the morning, specifically because I really need for them to come out and say something is happening that I didn't already say. I don't know if that's gonna happen anytime soon. So far, we have been pretty accurate with our opinions on which directions this is going to particularly take. So we're probably going to try to have a different topic in the morning because I can't talk about something for more than a day or two without just reiterating what I've already previously said. I got to wait for a ton of new stuff to come out, or they're going to have to trick us, or they're going to have to be like a real, I don't know, there have to be a real unexpected thing that's going to come up. I don't know what to tell you. And that's the difficulty of doing this job sometimes when you're halfway accurate. This is much easier when I'm not accurate because every show it seems different. You know what I'm saying? When I'm accurate, I'm just saying the same thing over and over, and it seems like I'm just repeating myself. You understand what I'm saying? Even though 9 times out of 10, every single time I repeat these things, I'm not really repeating it. I'm also giving better context. You understand what I'm saying? Or I'm giving different context. You know, like today we talked about, just so we could be clear, we talked about the femicide today. But we didn't talk about the femicide the same way that we talked about it yesterday. I talked about it with the understanding that because there is the femicide, that means that she's going to have a minimum of 20 and a maximum of 50. So inside of that conversation, another thing in which we discussed was that basically what they're going to be trying to do is probably going to max her out at 50 in order to be able to get her old take, because we don't have an actual jury in Mexico. Yesterday we discussed Mexican juries, but I didn't break it down the way that we broke it down today because I had better insight. So yeah, this is what we talked about the previous day, but I have better insight now, so that means that I'm able to be able to tell you it in a more informed manner. That's my job. I'm supposed to do that. So if every single time I give you more info, if every single time I add context, or every single time I go back to shore something up to make sure that I'm giving you the appropriate information so you could go on and be able to talk about this in a way and in a manner so that you could be informed. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do. Just so we can be clear that I am supposed to do that. With that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody enjoy your night. If you got anybody still awake in your household, please give them a hug, tell them you love them. Wait, before we even get to that, I want to say something. This woman lost her life. because we're always told to be stronger. This woman lost her life because we're always taught that we're supposed to try to persevere. The problem is this. There's shit we're not supposed to be trying to persevere. There's certain things that's just not for us, and we just got to let that stuff go the way of the dinosaur. That's how friendships are sometimes. Sometimes people ain't growing with you. You understand? That's important. Sometimes the season of that friendship is just ended. This woman had a friendship, or she was in a friendship, or she had a group of friends that quite possibly could have just been keeping her isolated so they could manipulate her. Because that's what people do when they don't like you. They isolate you so they could then be your only friends. They isolate you so they can have input on your life. And so you don't know how other people really truly feel about you. They isolate you so they could tell people about you and people will believe you. Believe them, pardon me. They don't got to be telling the truth, but they don't know, the other people don't know them the way that these people allegedly know them. So just be mindful. There's people like this all over the place. Y'all keep thinking that the person that is by themselves is wrong. Sometimes that person is trying to get away and trying to live their life. And those other individuals is trying to hold them captive. That woman went on a trip with her captives. And it's a shame that she did not make it back home. If you got anybody still awake in your household, please give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they're still here. Also, after we wake up and before we go to bed, we want to have a glass of water. Just empty stomach, nutrients, stomach. That's all you need to know. And whenever we help somebody else be the best person that they could be, in that moment, we being the best person that we could be. So go out there and be great. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got in this one. I'm out.